Yo, this is not a trip down memory lane. Here's a little story, now let me explain. It's more of an antidote, mixed with a lot of hope. This could be a lot of folks, single parent, dead broke. Spend a lot of time alone, making beats on the phone. Daddy ain't coming home, mama trying to stay strong, but her patience is running thin. Getting sick and tired of all the trouble he's in. Fussing and fighting, it's hard to make friends, and she just gotta call, he's in the office again. One more time and they might suspend. Screaming, teacher, teacher, give him one more chance. Losing all faith like he just can't win. His back's to the wall cause he following trends. Afraid to seem weak, so we gotta pretend. Life out of control, can't see no ending. Safe space, someone to relate, help him to be great. He needs safe space, someone to reward, never to ignore. They need safe space, someone to respect, open intellect. We need safe space, got to regulate, try to balance the way. We need safe space. I need safe space. Yeah, principal says, welcome to my office, you can come on in. I want to introduce you to a whole new lens. We all process stress, we don't understand. State dependent function, let's come up with a plan. Life starts with a heartbeat, heard you made some hard beats. I'ma check the music class, get you an extra seat, cause you need unity. It's all about community, building opportunities for healthy continuity. It's gonna take much more than you and me, but you can see we extra deep. We got teachers, counselors, and even celebs. Everybody's involved in the therapeutic web. It's not a quick start, but it's more like a marathon. Dosing and spacing, just to help you carry on. It's about time that we make this change. Trauma-informed movement, educating your brain. He needs safe space, someone to relate, help him to be great. He needs safe space, someone to reward, never to ignore. They need safe space, someone to respect, open intellect. We need safe space, got to regulate, try to balance the way. You need safe space. I need safe space. Safe space. Safe space.
All right. Music for your mental, number 5. Am I correct with that, guys?
Yes, sir.
That is it. That is it.
All right. Welcome, everyone. My name is Haskell Jackson, Center of Hope. Let me say
Shout out to Center.
Shout out to Center of Hope.
Shout out to Center of Hope. CEO of Music for Your Mental.
Yo, I am Jay Vincent B. Went straight into my artist name. People know me by my government name as well. Jared Baisley. I am the COO of Music for Your Mental Health.
Hey, this is Sean Lewis, also known as S. Dot. I am Associate Marriage and Family Therapist and Curriculum Director for Music for Your Mental Health.
We got our brothers in the building. Yo, what's up, Steve?
Yo. Can y'all hear me out there?
Yep.
Okay, cool. It's catching a little feedback, but I am Stevie McBride, licensed marriage and family therapist. Also the clinical director for Music for Your Mental Health. Yeah. Exclamation point.
Nice.
That's it.
Sean Don.
Yo, what's cracking, ladies and gentlemen, people out there in TV world. It's your boy Sean Don, also known as by my government name, Sean Lamont McBride. I am the the CFO. Yes, that's it. CFO of Music for Your Mental Health. And I'm happy to be here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk mental health.
Yo, we have a special guest in the studio tonight,
Yes, we do.
all the way from Philly.
Philly.
Incredible artist, producer, all around just great stand-up guy. What more can we say about this young man?
Oh man, newly father, beautiful baby girl,
Fatherhood.
born in Philly.
Yes, sir.
Much love to Philly.
Definitely.
He's a songwriter, producer, artist at the same time, make incredible beats. He started making beats and producing at the age of 14. He was, salute to my guy. He's a veteran from the Marines who served 4 years there.
Yes, sir.
Did some really great work, has some amazing stories, absolutely, from being in the Marines for so many years. Built some great relationships. Had some losses there too that I know about.
Definitely.
Those some traumatic moments that happened while being in the military, but ultimately he's a blessed man. And he seeks to positively influence society with his music. So if you ever heard his music or ever heard of Riyad, you know this brother is bringing nothing but fire. So welcome to Music for Your Mental
Thank you.
Safe Place.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, man. So how long you been here in LA? And we're gonna kind of go like we have a certain system in place.
Okay.
But I want to just start off so that people know what they're expecting. How long have you been in LA? And for you going into the military, kind of what was that like?
So I pretty much been out here since 2013. I came out for boot camp 2013. I did 4 years. I got out in 2017. And instead of going back, my mom, she lived out in Denver. So instead of going back to Denver, I ended up staying out here, just trying to, start my own pathway. I met you in 2016. So
2016.
Yeah,
wow.
We've been rocking for a minute. And, Haskell really got me out my comfort zone. Like he really stretched the limits with me and made me really try to, branch off into the music world. So, if it wasn't for, you, man, like I just wouldn't be where I'm at right now. So, I appreciate you, everything you've done.
I appreciate you, man.
Most definitely. So we've
you
been
brought,
rocking.
You brought the whole crew. You brought the whole Marine staff to the studio.
Man, the first time I went to Haskell studio, man, I had it's like 6 or 7 of us. We was deep, man.
Yeah, it's deep, man.
We brought the whole squad. So yeah, it was dope, man. Definitely. Like that day, I'll never forget it, man. It's
Man.
humble beginners, man.
Well, we appreciate you being here, man. Jay can let you know a little bit about what we do here. And some of the things to expect today.
Awesome.
Yeah, man. I mean, Music for Your Mental Health is all about using music to heal.
Most
and
definitely.
so, the whole basis of this podcast is really to provide a safe space for phones to beep and just to keep on going.
Venom, boy.
And to really just get out our ideas, our how we feel, express our emotions. And really all centered around music, because that's essentially what brought us all into this room.
Definitely, man.
Yeah, so
beautiful, man.
Really, the first question that we always ask our guests is, what's your relationship with music and mental health?
Man, ever since I was a kid, I just remember like my dad playing jazz and everything, man. And I remember how, I grew up in Philly, it was crazy times sometimes, My pops always kept me, well-rounded, But I remember him playing jazz and just like how common it was. And at first I wasn't really into it like that. Like all I heard was a bunch of, trumpets, all the different noise. But after a while, I really started to connect with it. And I realized how it started to mellow me out a little bit. So like coming into adulthood, I'm getting older, man, music has really taken, it's taken me to a whole nother level of life, man. Like just a whole new meaning of everything. Like when I listen to music, like I just get in that zone, and everything else outside of that reality, man, it just don't exist. So I think music for me, has been one of the most crucial things to my mental health. With that being said, music also, depending on what kind of music you listen to, it could be either good or bad for your mental health. You know what I mean? So I try to stay positive with my music, have a good time. Same with the stuff that I record, I just try to have a good time, and, it means a lot to me. So.
Yeah. Can you name any artists that really, that you love listening to, that really get into your soul, your spirit?
Man, honestly, right off the dome, Rick Ross. A lot of people are surprised when I say Ross, but Ross has soul in his music. Like his beat selection crazy. Like his soul is as real, as pure. You know, the raspiness to his voice, like I think is dope because he adds like that flavor to it. You know, he's not really like a lot of stuff you hear is like real high voice, high cadence. Like he real slow. You know, like he said, he just like a boss with it. And I think for me, hearing his story, I read his book as well. You know, it's just incredible, like listening to his music and everything, because it just put me in a whole nother mode. It makes me like, it's go time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Ross is probably my number one. I would say my number two is probably Jay-Z. I mean, he's a legend. He's just a legend, man. Jay-Z just pioneered so much. In my opinion, he's probably, if not the greatest, he's one of the greatest of all time. So
those are big words, man.
Most definitely.
So coming from Philly, man, you representing Philly.
Yeah.
What do you feel the difference between the Philly industry and being here in LA?
You know, right off the bat, I'm gonna say, like, you know, respectfully, I think the energy out on the East Coast is a little different. I feel like out here, I love the West Coast, like I love the music and everything, but the energy out here to me is like a little more laid back, like it's a little more chill, like, you know. I heard like a lot of West Coast club stuff, you know, it's a little upbeat, but like for the East Coast, man, like we play out in block parties, you know what I mean? Like the whole block be lit and everything out there is real fast paced. Like right now they got this dance where it's called it blicking. Jersey blicking. In Jersey, they call it like Jersey club dance. A lot of people from Jersey say like Philly took it. But you know, regardless of who took it, like that's just the you know, style of music out there.
Wow, never heard of blicking.
Man, it's crazy. It's almost like an African dance. Like it's crazy, but it's popping out there. So right then and there, like, you know, listening to the East Coast versus West, you can always tell the music coming from the East Coast, you know.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like all music is beautiful. You know what I mean? No matter where you're from, north, south, east, west. So
man, we got so much we want to cover today, and we want to use this time wisely. Riyad's going to be performing for us actually, so prepare and get ready for the bar.
Yeah,
no.
Come on.
So you know, today's topic, oh man, it's going down. We actually didn't want to cover anything, like we wanted to kind of move on, but here we go again. Takeoff's murder. And it's just such like wow, we just was laying PNB Rock down, PNB down within the last month or so.
Yeah.
4 weeks ago.
4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Literally.
And then on Tuesday, our brother was shot down. And so many, you know, it's a lot of speculation on how it happened or who was the cause of it. The fact of the matter is, this brother lost his life.
Yeah.
And here we go again. A legend, like, he really brought so much history to the game, some beautiful things to the game.
Yeah.
And we definitely want to talk about that tonight. So how y'all want to roll this out, man? Here we go again.
Man,
here we go again, my friends.
Here we go again. I mean, it's tough to talk about it. And the reason why it's tough is because it continues to happen. And, you know, at the rate that is happening, and I was just having a conversation with my barber, which we didn't check in, but I actually got a haircut this week.
Oh, there we go.
That's
Talk about, bro.
Fresh cut.
That's a check-in.
But check in.
Claps on for that.
Segue. So, but yeah, so we were talking about how there's never been a time where the frequency in which high profile rappers have been getting killed.
Wow.
And I was really trying to think about, you know, the 90s, the early 2000s. And, you know, this is really a unique time in that the frequency has changed. And so it really makes me look at, well, what's going on? What else has changed? You look at how we consume music. The consumption has changed.
Right.
You look at how we interact with each other, the level of interaction, especially given social media and the methods that we have to communicate with each other, has also increased.
Yeah.
So now we're in this place where some of our beloved brothers are being taken away from us at an alarming rate. And as a producer, as a songwriter, as a creative, I'm always thinking solution first. Like, okay, what's the solution for this clear problem? Because sadly, I can say with confidence that this is not the last time this is going to happen.
That's the sad part.
And so it's like, the challenge is, well, what are we really gonna do about it? What can we do about it?
And why don't we ever march when it's black on black crime?
Thank you.
That's that, if you think about it, that's crazy. I don't know if we've ever marched when a black, a brother killed another brother. We only march when
that's what I'm saying.
It's really crazy to think about.
Let me see. Have we ever?
I don't think we have.
We rioted. Wait, no. That wasn't that.
Different kind of march.
In the 90s?
Nah.
Yeah, that wasn't that.
I think we've ever stood up and said, because of the knee in his neck, we're gonna march and run and do all that. And it happens so much. And we run from that conversation
all the time.
Why do we run from it?
I think that as Black people, I think we just don't like the truth all the time. Like, we try to almost make excuses for the things that happen to us. We navigate away from every perspective, but the fact that it's our own doing, it's a real thing, where they talk about bring it back to post-traumatic slave disorder, where we've been conditioned, man, since slavery. And a lot of people like, Black people ain't slavery. I mean, this is a real thing though. We've been conditioned since slavery to think that we're lesser, to have a hatred of one another, instead of love and sharing what we've, in Africa back, before all that, when we had love for one another, when everything was one single country, man, for 10,000 years, you talking about no wars, no famine, everybody, lived under certain laws, and, it was a beautiful thing. But now you're talking about the youth and everything, it's just horrible, man, like where you see all the way everything's going right now, but it all starts with that, man. And, I think that we're just lost. We devalue ourselves. And it's just sad, man. It's sad to see.
Wow. Yeah, you definitely got a point with that.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about that conditioning that we've experienced for generations now, for a minute. And that's the only thing I think that can really speak to the condition of this hip hop generation.
Yeah.
We have so many traumas that have been embedded into our being that we don't even know. We don't know toxicity to the point of really pointing it out and doing something about it. There's a book out called The Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome by Dr. Joy DeGroy. And she talks about how a lot of the habits that us Black people have are embedded in the experience that we had when we were slaves. And, hey, Jared has been so great in doing these things. Somebody may compliment your child and the parent may reflect in a negative way, like he's no good, out of fear that something bad may happen to him because he's been identified for something good.
Wow.
And that happens way too often. We also have the colorisms that have, kind of polarized the field slaves from the inside slaves. And those categorizations have turned us against each other. So we hate your color, we hate complexion, your hair type is a threat to us. If you're athletic, you're a threat to somebody else. So, you know, those are just small instances of trauma and conditioning that we've experienced, and you see it in every song that we listen to this day.
I thought about that earlier today. It's like, you know, relating to when a person has cancer or HIV or diabetes or some type of sickness. Does hip hop have a disease?
Oh,
And if we do, because we are hip hop,
yeah.
we make up hip hop. Does hip hop have a disease? If so, is it curable? And what is the process to cure what's really going on? Because I think when you have a healthy tree, my wife has been gardening a lot lately.
Yeah.
And then she found some bugs that literally go to the root and eat the root. And it was tearing her sunflowers down. So there's a disease got into the camp or got into the root. Same thing with hip hop. Hip hop started off so beautiful. Hip hop started off being an opportunity to have a voice, because back then in New York, all over the world, it was hard for Black people to have a voice.
Yeah.
So hip hop came about, and that's why they would tag on white trains. They had beautiful white painted trains that would go through the community. And so that's when tagging started, because they got their message off on the train.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when the train would go through the cities, they would see that message. That's how hip hop started. They would do block parties and love on each other and a healthy battle. So from that to where it is now, it's a disease.
Yeah. I mean, so it makes so much sense, because if you look at Western culture, hip hop is Western culture right now. It's what represents our culture as a whole. And it is a disease. It very much is in every part of our society. Like I remember I was having a conversation about sports. You think about sports, you look at like basketball, football, and we're literally watching each other aggressively battle to win, getting dunked on, balls in your face, like you're getting crossed up, embarrassed. And we champion that. Subconsciously, we're literally cheering on, you know, the beating and battling of our own brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we do it every day. And we don't. The thing is, like, the programming and the disease is never really called the disease.
Right.
It's because if you knew it was a disease, you wouldn't accept it.
Exactly.
So it's got to be
Exactly.
it's got to be called something fun, inviting. It's got to be, you know, it's just a song. It's just entertainment. It's just it's a movie. It's just a battle. Like they're just playing basketball. It's so much more than that. Because why else would you be paying somebody $30 million to shoot that three?
Yeah.
Bro.
Damn.
Why else would I be paying you, giving you $1 million advance to rap those raps?
Did you send me? I think you sent me a link today that spoke about what's allowed on the radio and what's allowed on media, and the only thing they would accept is Black hip hop, because it was that message about the hate, the killing, all of that stuff. It represents us.
It represents us.
But they wouldn't accept anything else.
No, you can't talk about rape.
You can't talk.
That's not
exactly.
Cool. You can't
talk
kill
about
any
rape.
Animals.
Right.
But you can kill that nigga.
You can kill. That's right.
Yeah.
Powerful message, man.
So it is very much a disease. And I think, and everyone else can chime in on this too, but I think really the solution starts with us having more respect for ourselves.
Thank you. Thank you.
And there was another video where there was a music video producer who had retired, left the music game because of some political stuff, but he was just like, I know you rappers, like I see you behind the scenes, like not the image that you're being paid to portray, but I see you. You're family men. You care about things that are important. Show that.
Yeah.
Be that. Do that.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have to point the finger.
Yeah.
And like, really, I thought about this and I was like, I need to personally apologize for my contribution because I loved and bumped so much of this music that was killing us. I loved the Meek Mills. That, as a producer, woo,
That's that fire. That's that fire.
yo,
You're right.
that disease was cracking.
That disease was
That disease was cracking.
You're right.
Like, so I apologize for the part that I played in consuming this and allowing labels to, you know, think that this was okay, because obviously somebody's listening to it and enjoying it. He's got it on repeat. So I'm sorry to my people, to my brothers, for my role in championing this music and the bars that I spit about killing niggas.
That's good.
Just because I thought it was cool, because it was something I heard.
That's real.
No, I think that's where we all should start, with apologizing and recognizing that it's gotten to the point, it's so bad where we are desensitized.
Yeah.
But after his death, Takeoff's death, it's like you see the same interviews. Man, why him? He was such an innocent person. He didn't do anything. He was kind of like behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Why him? Why not? And then you start listening to a lot of other rappers that probably should have taken his place.
Yeah.
But then it's still all bad.
Yeah.
I want to go back to when we first talked after he passed. We were talking about, you were discouraged.
Yeah.
And you literally start mentioning you didn't know if you want to do this anymore.
Yeah. I mean, after PNB, I mean, there's so many names. I'm you know, can't even name them all, but like, you know, after so many deaths as an artist and producer, songwriter, like, you know, seeing that stuff, especially, you know, with my baby girl and everything, I have to think not only as, you know, an artist, but I got to think as a father and as a man, is this the life I want to live? Do I want to put myself at risk like this? You know, where I'm seeing people like PNB, somebody just trying to have some food, you know, senselessly murdered, you know what I mean? And people like Takeoff, XXX, you know what I mean? Juice World, you know, overdosing, like all these different things. You know, you have to really sit down and think about that this is the life that you're entering. But, you know, after sitting down thinking about it, I realized that, you know, this is a battle. Like you said, it's a disease, you know, and with any disease, you have people that try to make a cure. You got people that go out and search for the cure, people that try to implement that cure. And I think that as, you know, producers and songwriters, this is our job, you know, to try to make a cure, to try to bring upon goodness to these situations so that these things, I wouldn't say not necessarily won't happen, because it's inevitable, you know, that the world is the way it is, but we can prevent it and make it a little less frequent than it is, you know what I mean? And I think that by us doing what we do and promoting positivity, especially, you know, this station right now, doing what we're doing, music for your mental health and everything, like this is crucial. It is crucial that people tune in and really are allowed to release, because that's another thing, you know, that brings me to anger. A lot of things that we talk about in hip hop are in our, these are subconscious thoughts of anger that we have, that we don't have anybody to express it on.
Wow.
And and it starts in the home. You know, you look at most of these artists and they come from broken homes, no father. Mother has to work 2 or 3 jobs. If she's not around, the grandma is there. And, you know, there's only so much that grandma can do. And because they don't have a role model, you don't have that father figure, you're going to try to take it upon yourself to become a man without someone teaching you the values of that. And you start building up an anger, you know, towards all the things that you're seeing. You're seeing your friends get killed. You know, you're seeing your schools and neighborhoods not being taken care of. You know, we were talking about that, how we blame white people for everything. almost all our problems are always white people, or the city. Oh, the city doesn't give us this. The city doesn't give us that. And I don't mean to get too off topic, but, you know, we have to take it upon ourselves, the way we want to stand in line for Jordans, the way we fight to get all this jewelry, the way we fight to get stage time, the way we fight to be on the radio and all these playlists, the way we fight to get 2K, the way we fight to get all these things. We need to do the same thing when it comes to being in a youth life. You know, like, there's no reason that at a parent-teacher conference in school, right, you should have, out of 300 kids, 20 parents show up. And then you wonder why, you know, kids end up on the streets, you know. And I seen that firsthand in Philly. You know, I graduated, my 8th grade graduation was about 17 kids out of probably about 80. 17 out of 17 kids, 8 parents showed up, 4 of them being from my family.
Wow.
When I moved to Denver, when I moved to Denver, right, I moved to Denver back in 2010. I moved to Denver with my mom. My dad stayed out in Philly. I moved to Denver. And when I went to that school, when they had the parent-teacher conference, I thought that it was a prep rally going on, because they had they had name tags for the parents. They had name tags. Every single one of them parents are there for their kids. Every single one of them. And you can't blame the system when your parents are not involved in your life. You can't do it. And that breeds what we see on these streets right now. It breeds anger. Where's my dad? Where's my mom? Why is she working so much? That breeds obsession. I need to get this because I gotta look good. I never had anyone tell me they love me. I never had anyone tell me that I was valuable. I was never taught that by a man. So now you in hip hop and you talking your stuff and you spitting, talking all this stuff because you're angry. You know, you hear it all the time. When you listen to Chief Keef and all these guys and Meek Mill, and you know, you listen to so many of these artists and you can hear the anger coming out in their lyrics. You know, I used to pray for times like this, to grind like this, and the matter of fact, gotta shine like, you know, you hear that anger. When people listen to it, they're not like this, they're like this. You know, they get angry.
That's how I was.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? And that anger is what you see right now in hip hop. All this killing is senseless anger directed towards the wrong people. We riot in our own neighborhoods. We tear our own cities up, but then we blame white people for why we don't have certain establishments. We blame them. And now I get things happen in the past, but we gotta grow from that. We gotta work together to grow from that. You know what I'm saying, though?
Stevie, I want to hear your thought on the mental health and everything that Riyad just mentioned. How would you relate that? How do we mix that in with the mental health crisis we're dealing with?
Well, I like the analogy that you use, Haskell, of hip hop being a disease. Because as a clinician, you look at something that may be a disease or a diagnosis, and then you break it down and like, okay, what are the symptoms of this? Because once you find out what the symptoms are, then you can actually give it a name. And once you're able to give it a name, then we come up with something called, you know, like a toolbox of like how we can regulate and how we can fix this issue that's going on. And I think that hip hop is still, the disease is unnamed in hip hop. I mean, right now we just see death.
Wow.
What's the diagnosis of death?
Wow.
Like, what is that? I mean, how can you break that down? I mean, what can we say? Like, should we increase gun laws? What do we do? I mean, because we're like literally killing each other.
Literally. Yeah, they're dropping like flies, man. It's super sad. You was gonna say something, stop.
That's like a pandemic in hip hop, and what we have not identified what the cause is.
I think there's a serious reality that if we've experienced trauma in the hip hop community and we've seen our parents dealing with different challenges and limitations in their lives, we all, from one generation to the next generation to the next generation, are all fighting some level of trauma and issues and dysfunction. So if your parents had a level of dysfunction in their relationships, in their marriage, and your grandparents didn't have a stable household, the common response is they were just doing what they could with what they had.
What they had.
We as a generation, from this generation to the generation further back, and then some, we all had to realize the traumas that we've been exposed to and the conditioning that we had. We have to identify the stuff that is not healthy. And regardless of how young or how old we are, we need to be active in working towards those changes. I know people in their 50s and 60s that have the hardest time saying, I love you, or I was wrong. I'm so sorry for this.
Jeez.
And the generation before them may not have been very keen to even speaking on their feelings.
Yeah.
But they would just suppress everything and never say, yo, that hurt me. Or I need tenderness. I need love shown like this. We all are in need of healing.
Yeah.
So we need to identify the needs for healing. We need to verbalize it. And we also need to give grace to each generation as we continue and try to pick up those pieces and heal.
That's amazing, man. And that's why we created Music for Your Mental and really focus on having a safe place, because that is a safe place to start healing. So for anyone listening in for the first time, you guys can find us at musicforyourmental.org. You can find us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Spotify, everywhere. Just look up Music for Your Mental Health. You can use our acronym as well, and you'll find us. You'll see what we're doing, and you can come aboard and help us with this fight, because it is an uphill battle. But us together, we're carrying each other's burdens and load. We're trying to have fun while we're doing it, but it's deep waters we're in, as you guys know. So I think at this point, let's go behind the bars, and then let's prepare for our guest to go behind his bars. Okay. All right, we're gonna go behind the bars.
So, man, our behind the bars today is brought to you by Quavo and Takeoff. Go ahead.
Let's go, Jay. What we talking about?
So it felt appropriate to explore this song as really the last commercial release from Takeoff. It came out maybe 2-3 days ago.
Man.
And the song is called Messy. And I'm just going to go through the chorus, how the song starts, and the verse, the first verse, Takeoff's verse. And as I go through these lyrics, keep in mind everything we just talked about. So lyrics start off. They thought we forgot. We ain't forget. Don't let that broke be in, because she too messy. Who the F them broke boys with? Get out my section. Just pull the muscle. Goddamn, too much flexing. Caught him in traffic on an accident. We pressing. Got him. Smoking Zaza every second. I be stressing. If you ain't trying to beat him, F it. Won't you stretch him?
Do that.
They wiped his nose for that tissue. God bless him.
Wipe it.
I dropped a 4 of perp. I call that Chris Webber. Verse 1, Takeoff. I know you niggas want to be me, but it's levels. I got the gang tatted on me. That's forever.
Gang.
Want to know my moves in all my spots, but I move clever.
Move.
Want to know my stash, how much I got, but I ain't gonna tell them. Push it, running through it. Get that bag. Come on.
Go.
Titanic yacht, big enough for all my niggas to jump on.
Come on.
I know she came with you, but she looking for me to go home.
Me.
Rolly discontinued like the drink I used to sip on. And that's act, not walk, not Quagan, not red. Back to the chorus.
Man,
Damn.
what you get from that, Riyad?
Man, so pretty much like I hear the typical stuff that I hear in a lot of music now. One thing that I hear that can relate to what we're talking about right now is you can hear the stress coming out of it. You can also hear how he wants to be better than everybody around him. You know what I mean? He did mention like how he wanted to bring his squad with him on a yacht and all that. But at the same time, like you got that competition where it's almost like survival of the fittest. Like, if you're not with me, I'm gonna kill you. And it's crazy because, we always say like, oh, these artists aren't about that life, or he was like this, he was like that, with respect to him. And, we don't truly, I think you had mentioned, we truly don't know people.
Yeah.
We truly don't know what people are going through. We don't know the experiences that people had, and it's all we hear is their music. You know what I mean? So you have to respect, kind of what they might be going through and everything. But, that's just,
we only see what their team wants us to see.
Exactly.
For the promotion of, a lot of them have endorsements.
No lie.
And if they do something weird or crazy, they can lose those endorsements.
Yep.
I.e. Kanye, wilding out, doing different things, you start losing money. So that team is on point with what they want you to show, when they want you to show it. So you're almost like a robot.
Yeah.
But what happens behind us, those scenes, when the camera ain't rolling, like who are these people? We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know. So should we jump in? We should jump in with Riyad behind the bars.
Let's make it happen.
Let's go. This is Riyad. Go ahead and introduce the song, and it's all yours.
So the name of the song is pretty much What You Want. And it's pretty much talking about as a female, like, what do you want from, I call it like the modern man, like what you want, you know what I mean? Like, do you want, you got here, it speaks for itself.
Let's go.
I'm gonna need for you to tell me what you need right now. Hold on, shorty, please just tell me what you want. What you want? You want Chanel?
Time clothes falling from your body. Shorty, please just tell me what you want. Price sad, I'ma get the number for your mental. Promise I'ma have to eat you up. Breakfast in the morning while your shirt all, ooh, you looking good now. I'ma be the. Okay. Let me tell you something. Hold up, Louis V sip is what you want, mommy. New coupe on the Phantom on the hood, mommy. Rolex with the red face, ice, mommy. Paddle shit, this for your hands when you pull, mommy. Vroom, that your city, but you hot body. I got 2 stacks for you to shop, man. Don't tell nobody. Light skin, I bet you special on some for real. I ain't talking about that nana. I bet you like that tread life. City views with the shorties on the nightlife. Break it bag, yeah, I promise that I got you. Do you want that little butterfly tattoo? Hold, I got you in a minute. Hold up. What you want? Louboutin clothes falling from your body. Give you what you want. Price set. Okay, promise I'ma have to eat you up. Breakfast in the morning while your shirt off. Oh, you looking good now. Yo, this is what they really want right here. Check me out. You taking this finna pass out. Mommy looking good the way she see, but with a Bobby a Latino way she talking like she got a new idea, but she want me for the shorty want that diamond from me. She could put her hand out. Shorty want that jewelry, something that will stand out. I'ma be that nigga though. Promise I won't lash out. But I'ma whip my cash out. Bet you like that trap life. Shorty on a nightlife. Yeah, I got you. Butterfly tattoo. Yeah, I got you in a minute. Hold up. Tell me what you want. What you want? Clothes falling from your body. Shorty, I can give you what you want. What you want? What you want? Promise I'ma have to eat you up. Yeah, I'm hungry. I I'm gonna have to what you want. We can take it slow, shorty. What you need, mommy? Thank you. That's on my new album. That's on my new album right now. So
And tell me this. Is this the first place you ever performed it live?
most definitely.
Oh, snaps.
You got it here first.
You heard it first. Like,
Check me out on Apple Music, Spotify, all the platforms. The name of the album is Remember Me Later. It's got a lot of tracks on there. It's basically dedicated to my relationship. If you listen to the tracks all the way from the beginning to the end, it progresses through my relationship. It talks about all the battles I had, but it also talks about a lot of fun stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to be real, let people know how I be feeling. So
we support you, man.
Thank you, bro.
And you did the track as well.
Yeah, yes, sir.
You like the FL.
FL still shout out to FL. Hey, FL need to sponsor me. Stop playing. Stop playing. I do it all.
That's fire, bro.
Most definitely. Thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate you doing that for us.
Most definitely.
So, as an artist, man, and you performing it and kind of bringing these lyrics to life, what would you tell the younger generation that is listening and being privy to a lot of these things like we talked about? What would your words be to them? Trying to get into the industry, trying to become writers, poets, singers, like what's a word that you would give to them?
Just be yourself. Don't try to impress nobody by being somebody you're not. I mean, I think as an artist, at some point, we've all fell into this trap where we like, okay, I listen to a lot of Drake, so, I got to be like Drake, or I listen to a lot of this, so I got to do that, or this is hot right now, so I got to follow that. You told me something a long time ago, high school, and I remember it. You said that you don't listen to a lot of people outside your own stuff like that because you don't want to take on the influence of them. You want to find your own sound. You know what I mean? And I took that to heart. Wow. I would literally sit in my car, bro, for no reason at all, bro. I will play all my tracks and I nitpick at every little thing I hear. And because of that, you hear growth. And that's the most important part. I don't do music so everybody else can sit there and judge me. Yeah. I do music for myself because that's my therapy. So I would tell the youth the same thing. I tell them, do it for yourself. Because at the end of the day, you looking at yourself in the mirror. It's you. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be on your deathbed. All that stuff, all that money, all them cars, all the jewelry that you think everybody about, that's what they about. They're not about you as a person. Wow. So do music for yourself. Respect.
Yeah, I be putting the artists on music fast.
Yeah.
They don't like that.
No, they don't like that.
What is the music fast? You can't listen to no music.
They be like,
write your own music.
I see it all the time. They be like, oh, listen to Drake new song. I'm like, oh, no. No. Let me hear your stuff, bro. What you got?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Exactly.
That song you've been sitting on.
Yo,
that's right.
Facts.
That's right.
So yeah.
So man, we pulling into the the end of the. Anybody have anything to say? Sean, we haven't heard from you in a minute. Speak to us. What you feeling, man?
Yo, I was actually trying to go behind the bars on that record. I rock with that, bro. I was trying to find out, like, yo, have you figured out what she wants? Like,
hey, I appreciate it. First, I appreciate that.
I'm trying to figure it out too, bro. Like, is it something that she wants? Like, is it something that she's like expressed to you? Is it something that she just saw on social media that she likes, or is something that she needs to feel, comfortable? Like, what was the inspiration behind this record?
Bro, I love that you said that. You said exactly what I still think today. Okay. Like, all right. What does she want? Right. You know what I mean? Like, know, as men, the way I was raised, at least, I aim to please, but I also make sure that, I'm a provider. And a lot of times, women will tell you one thing and then they want something else. They want something else.
Man.
You know what I mean? It's just with respect, you know what I mean? Hope my girl don't kill me, you know what I mean? But she not like
that's
that.
For
you know
another
what I mean?
podcast.
But a lot of women,
that's a whole other podcast.
You probably watching right now. I gotta go home to that.
He's talking about you.
But she know, like, she never personally asked me for that stuff. She really hasn't. She ain't that kind, but like, I think it's so common in the industry where you hear women talk about, oh, let me get this Cartier, you got me, or you fly me out, and then, oh, can I get this Birkin bag? That's like the big thing right now, Birkin bags. And like I said, like all that stuff, you know what I mean? It don't mean nothing. You know what I mean? But it's like, tell me what you want and I'm gonna do what I can because I love you that much. That's pretty much what that's about.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you.
Big do you see yourself going, man, or getting?
It's
that
big.
That ultimate dream.
the ultimate dream for me, honestly, is to just reach people and allow them to share the stories that I have to tell, allow them to feel what I feel like when I make a song, like, you know, with the Shorty, please just tell me what you want. Do you want Chanel, Louboutin clothes falling from your body? I use certain words that make it almost apparent, like you can actually see it, like instead of saying on your body, like falling from your body, because you got so much of it is falling, the weight of it is falling off your body. So like, I want people to, you know, just listen to it and relate to me. I'm not, you know, I'm not out here trying to make, you know, oh yeah, let me get signed and go to a big label, make $1 million, because that's not what I'm about. I've never been about that. I just want people to enjoy my music. And more than anything, I want to make my family proud. I want to make my daughter proud, my girl. I want them to look at me, especially my daughter. I don't want her to look at me and think I'm disrespecting women. Not one of my songs will ever disrespect women. Never. Because women are, in my opinion, they are the goddesses of this world. They are the feminine divine spirits that walk. I mean, as men, we don't do enough, and we can never go through what they go through. So my music always points to positivity. So
tell me what you felt when you saw your girl have your baby, man. What did that feel like?
I'm so
like, what was going on in your head?
Man,
because you was in the room, right?
Y'all gonna laugh. Don't laugh, but y'all gonna laugh.
I'm laughing already.
So when I went in there, you know, in the beginning, I was like, oh, this gonna be, you know, this gonna be cool. Like, it's whatever, you know what I mean? Like, I done seen a lot worse. I done seen blood, you know, the whole nine. So I'm like, okay. So in the beginning, you know, we in the room and like, you know, just watching, let me back up. Just watching her for as long as she was go through cramps in that labor. I don't care what anybody say. No man could ever step foot in a woman's shoes. Never. Going through that. When I watch her go through that, bro, when I watch her go through hours of labor and the amount and the intensity of that, and knowing that I couldn't do anything, I felt so helpless. But I'm gonna tell you where it got crazy. When I seen a baby's head, when I tell you I almost went cold black, bro. I literally almost passed out. The doctor came with some apple juice. I'm not becoming a little corny behind apple juice. It's like they're finna do something. She was like, "Sir, do you need to sit down?" I was like, "Nah, I'm good. You know, I had to take a breath, bro. I got dizzy. I was like, "Yo, I'm not passing out on my baby right now, bro." And then in my head, I'm like, God, please let this baby come out. I'm like, God, please let this baby come out. So the baby said popped out like an hour, 2 hours. And it was
you got the umbilical cord.
I did. It was the most beautiful thing I've ever witnessed in my life. And from that very moment, as a human being, as a man, everything in my life changed, bro. Wow. Every priority that I've ever had switched to making sure I was going to be the greatest dad I could be to that girl. So
we got good black dads out here.
We out here.
Girldads.com,
good
baby.
Black men out here. Don't lose hope. Please don't lose hope. We are out here.
Yeah.
So, you know, you asked me earlier, like, you know, where do I want to see myself? And ultimately, I just want to be a successful father first.
Come on.
That's it.
Right.
That's it. So
Nice, man.
Most definitely.
Well, you definitely headed to the top, bro. I mean, just the fact that you feel successful, you should feel successful. The fact that you're sticking to your what you're doing every day and what you love, your passion.
Yes, sir.
People don't realize when you do that and you're doing your passion on a daily basis, whether you make a dime or not, you're successful,
bro.
That's what success is.
It is.
And then the journey to becoming and getting the things that you want or work for, that's a part of success. When you reach the top or wherever your pinnacle is, that's just a part of the success. It's when you begin and you make up your mind, this is what I'm doing.
Most definitely.
I'm going to do this every day until I die.
Yes, sir.
So you're successful, brother.
I appreciate you. Appreciate
all
successful. Jay, how you want to take us home, man?
Man, we got to go out, man, the same way we came in. Bro, what's one song that's helped you?
Ooh. Dang.
Like this week?
Wow, Jay, put him on. He looked at you.
Like what popped in immediately, bro? What?
Back that thing up.
What? Wait, what?
Man, I honestly, bro, like on the spot. Man, I don't even know.
Think about one of your lowest times. Something you was going through and you had it on repeat, baby.
Yo, low key, when I was listening to Mario, You Should Let Me Love You. I'm gonna tell you why. My man wanted her so bad, bro. Like I could hear him, baby, I just don't get it. Do you enjoy being look when he said hurt, he ain't say, hey, do you enjoy being hurt? I know you smell the perfume, the makeup on his shirt. You don't really like, bro. I was going through it listening to that. So like, you know, in my head, I'm like, man, but that really, honestly, that really helped me like just to understand, like, you know, as a man, like the desire that you have for a woman like that, like to where you would do all of that. That was real to me. That was that. It's crazy. That's like one of the realest songs. So
Yo,
that joint crazy.
that song was incredible.
Hey, bro. Yeah. So that's my that's first thing that come to my mind.
Well, then start it off, man. Give a shout out as we end the show. Give a shout out to someone, some things, I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
Use this moment to give a shout.
First, I want to give a shout out to my moms.
Moms.
Yolanda. I love my mom to death. My mom has she's been a culprit in every move that I've made in my life. My mom has always been there. She never ever left my side for anything. She's always had my back. And you know, it's a blessing to have a healthy mom, you know, especially through COVID and everything, you know, rest in peace, you know, to all the people that have passed, to those who've lost people during that time, you know, my condolences, because I feel so grateful to have my mom. Another shout out, I want to shout out my girl, Alyssa, man, my girl has been my rock, man. Like, it's crazy because when you in the industry, like, you know, people will literally toss themselves at you. Like you go through a lot of temptation, but there was never one time. There's two things I don't regret. There's two things. And I always tell people, meeting and falling in love with my girl and having my kid. Those are two things I would never regret. And she's been my rock. I mean, she's been right next to my mom. Like, she's been my rock, you know, since day one. She's always been rocking with me. And, you know, Liz, I love you. If you listen,
yeah,
I love you.
We love that.
I finna put a ring on it.
He dropped
Cats out the back now, bro.
She definitely listening to this.
That's amazing, man. Well, we definitely would love to have you back because you're full of information and a lot of stories. And don't we want him back, guys?
Yes,
Yeah.
Oh,
I would love to be back, man. And shout out to you guys, Sue, Haskell. Shout out to you, Jay. Shout out to you, man. All you guys, man. Thank you so much. You know, this has been incredible for me. And yeah, I hope to be back soon. This is dope.
That's amazing, man. So let them know once more where they can find you, some of your tags, your Instagram.
Yeah, no doubt. Whatever. So you can find me pretty much on Instagram. I don't really use Twitter, none of that, but Instagram at I am Riyad Hasan so IAMRIYAD HASAAN. I got a lot of music out on all platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Deezer, etc. My new album.
SoundCloud?
Nah. I ain't gonna talk about SoundCloud, bro. SoundCloud, love it. Shout out to SoundCloud. But yeah, I dropped my new album a couple months ago. Remember Me Later, like I said, is literally dedicated to my entire relationship. So please check it out. Let me know what y'all think. Follow me on the gram. Nothing but love for y'all.
Hey, yo, spell your name one more time, bro.
It's gonna be my IG or just my name.
Your IG.
It's gonna be at and then IAM and then RIYAD and then HASAAN.
Copy that.
No doubt. Thank y'all for tuning in and for all the comments and everything. This is definitely a beautiful time. So this is dope.
No doubt. Yo, we just had Riyad Hasan with us. It's exclusive. If you missed it, you missed it, but you can watch it again. It's going live immediately.
Yeah.
So we love you guys.
Peace
out for Music for Your Mental.
Peace.
Gone.